it didn't happen. Pictures or it didn't happen. Come.
How was your holiday?
Good.
Good? Don't bother. It's just a polite way to say, let me tell you all about mine. And you can make all kinds of unverifiable claims. We all know, if you have no pictures, it didn't happen. Back in January, I was talking to my colleague, we call him Boasting Fred, who was explaining his holiday plans. I'm going to Bali or Cambodia. We haven't decided yet. How about you? Now it takes a bragger to know one, so I had to come up with something quickly, and I said, me? Well, I'm going on a safari. Oh, really? Where? Africa, usually? Now Fred was amused. Haven't you seen the Big Five yet? Now, this is the most frequently asked question in Africa among white tourists. Do you know the Big Five? Yes, of course. But that evening, I came home and during dinner, I told my wife that I decided we should go to Africa. And I said it like a man. I said, honey, you know that colleague that always likes to show off? Oh my God, she goes, what is it this time? You bought a new smartphone, a powerboat. Oh, not another foster child. No, silly, we're going on a safari. Oh, really? I always wanted to see the Big Five. But what do we have to take with us on a safari? Oh, my bravest, manliest pair of shorts, a zoom lens to impress the other Big Five hunters, and a second camera, so you can take pictures too. Of me. Now, once in Africa, I found safari a very strange experience. It's not exactly the Discovery Channel, you know? We booked to travel independently, so we didn't have to stick to any schedules of a package tour. But we found ourselves driving for hours along fenced zones, and we had to stay in barbed wire camps. But we got more food than during lunch break here. But just like here, it's like a zoo, a safari. The only difference is, there, the animals are watching you. And once you show yourself at the viewing spot, there is always an impala clearly on the lookout that goes, hey, we got a visitor, we got a visitor! Which triggers the elephants that all of a sudden turn their backs. The smell is overwhelming. And lions and rhinos, did you know, they're only active during the night? So when you spot one, it's sleeping. Now to get some action, we took a private guided tour. And the guide took us all the way to a herd of water buffaloes. Oh yes, of course, that reminds me. You knew, of course, they were part of the Big Five, didn't you? But then he drove for 2 more hours, and in the middle of nowhere, unbelievable, he spotted a slow-moving leopard. Spectacular. Especially because it had a necklace with a GPS signal. You know what I really hated on this holiday? All the tourists. Especially the package tourists. We met a self-satisfied specimen called Franz. I believe he was from Switzerland. And he showed us a picture on his smartphone taken in broad daylight of a lion chasing an impala, with in the middle the smiling face of Franz himself. My wife looked at me with her look like, "You see, I told you so." Did you see that? It's called a selfie and it can't be done with a zoom lens. Okay, big shot with your ridiculous trousers. You dragged me all the way to Africa, and all we saw was elephant backs, lazy lions, sleeping rhinos, black cows, and a leopard with a necklace. Honey, you forgot the impalas? Oh well, and she took her camera with the pictures of me and erased them. All 1,500 of them. You ever heard of couples that break up during holiday? The idea crossed my mind, but I couldn't risk to lose the pictures on my own camera. So I promised that in the future I would book a package tour. I would buy one of those selfie sticks, and I would get rid of the pair of pants. Oh, once back home, I was reunited with Boasting Freddy, and I was so excited that I could tell him all about my holiday and show him my pictures. So I asked him, "How was your holiday?" "Quite well, actually. It was the best holiday ever. We couldn't make up our minds and we finally decided to stay just home."